Okay, so we're going to continue reading Iliad 6, and we're up to line 37. So here, this is we've seen all the catalogue of killings. This now happily, we get a slightly longer piece here based around Menelaos and Agamemnon, who capture this guy Adrastos. The name itself, there's no patronymic with this name, which is interesting, and the name itself means unable to run away, which in the context of the story is quite appropriate. So we have Menelaos, good, bo'ain, with respect to the war cry. Then Hele from Hierio, this is the aorist, he took Adrastos, Zoon, alive. Now we have here the two duels. This is the subject here of the verb, and this is a participle. So we have for the two horses for him, so his two horses. This word means frightening, atudzamai. So frightened, perhaps here stampeding. The etymology is not secure on this word. So for the two horses stampeding or running in fright along the plain, and we get another dual passive participle, aorist passive dual participle from blapto, to harm, probably here in the sense of entangled or impeded. So impeded in or tangled in a tamarisk, moriskinos, odzos is a root, so perhaps tree. So for his two horses running across the plain, having been entangled in the tamarisk tree, the ankelon, hama, this is the curved chariot, and this word's generally used with bows, but here it's used with a chariot. So the curved chariot, axanta, having broken, so this again is dual, this is the object of it, so this is from agnumi, to break. So we get all these participles. So the two horses, they're running in fear, they've been impeded or entangled in this tree, having broken the curved chariot, en proto romo, rumo, this is at the front pole, this is where the chariot is attached to the yokes, and so that's broken off and the horses have gone off and left the master behind in the chariot. So having broken the curved chariot at the front pole, the two of them, auto, these are the horses again, hippo, the two of them ebating, we finally have our main verb, and this is a dual from bino. Bino is to step, so we can almost translate pranced off to the city, in the direction where the others, in fear, were routed. So for BMI, it has more the sense of rout rather than fear in Homer. So where the others in fear had gone, they were routed, they were driven away. But he himself, this is Adrastos, ex kulisdo, there is passive here, he was rolled out from the defroio. This is actually the chair or the seat in the chariot, but it's often used of the chariot itself. So he was rolled out of the chariot, paratrokon, behind the wheel, praenes, face down in the dust, epistoma, on his mouth. And Menelaos, son of Atreus, stood beside him, having his spear, which is dolikoskion, which skia is a shadow, so which casts a long shadow. And Adrastos then, having taken hold of his knees, he besought him, he prayed to him. So grey, now this is from so grio, and this is the imperative here, so you're getting an epsilon from the imperative, and then it's contracting to so grey. So take me alive, son of Atreus, and you, Dexai, is an aorist imperative from decami. Literally, you receive worthy ransoms. So it's a plural word here. So we would say you will receive, but it's actually an imperative, as is this one. Pola Camelia, many treasures, Katai, lie. Now in, we have to supply oiko here. It's a common enough word that drops out. So in the house of my rich father, and there was bronze and gold and much wrought iron. Polyknetos, the sideros. And then tone of these things, so of which, though this tone is referring to these treasures in his father's house. So of these, my father, charisite with the ken, would gift, so would give freely to you, boundless ransom. Again, it's plural, aperesia, without bound, boundless ransom, if peputh thoita is from punthanamai, to perceive, and this is the reduplicated aorist octative. So you get lots of these reduplicated aorists in Homer. So this is an aorist octative. You can tell the puth root from punthanamai, and then there's the octative ending, and then instead of having an augment here, we get a reduplication. So if he would with the ken perceive me, so on, alive, in naoisin Achaeon, among the ships, or at the ships of the Achaeans. And thus he spoke, and indeed, epatha. Now that's imperfect of patho. He was persuading, it's important to get the imperfect here, he was persuading the heart for him, that's for Menelaos, any stathesi, dative plural, in his stathos, in his breast. Kaide min tak emeli thoas epineas Achaeon, and indeed, taka, well, sometimes it's perhaps, or it could mean soon. It's hard to know here, but you've got mellow plus the future infinitive. So you might translate it, and indeed he was just about to, dosein is a future infinitive, to give him, hoi, personal adjective here, to his servant. Kataxemen is future infinitive from katago, and the emen is your infinitive ending. It's like the dos, the ain, and this is emen. So with the intention of leading him back to the ships of the Achaeans. Now we get lots of these scenes where someone takes someone alive, and then they beg for mercy. It's always the Trojans who do it, and they're never successful. And so we have certainly a strong Allah here. We know that this is not going to end well. But Agamemnon came theo, notice the accent, it's from theo, to run, not that the gender plural of theos, God, the accent's on the last syllable. So running, he came running opposite him, kai homoclasas, and this is something like upbraiding him, chiding him, reproaching him. He spoke a word. O pepon. Now there's the word pepone, which is a third declension adjective meaning ripe, O ripe one, but it's used as a term of endearment. So, my good sir, O Menelaos, ta for t, why do you care? This is kaidamai, this is second person. There would have been originally k desai, and then the sigma drops out, and then in later Greek these combine to give an eta in the iotogos subscript. Kaid. So from kaidamai. So it's second person singular. Why do you care so much for men? And then rather sarcastic line here. Surely so were the best things, have the best things been done, this is perfect passive from Poyao, have the best things been done to you in your house at the hands of the Trojans? Well, of course, the answer is no. Of them, let none escape. This is from Fugo, optative, at hupo plus ek plus Fugo. Let none of them escape out from under steep destruction, and let none of them escape our hands. And very nasty line here, not nor whomever the mother might bear, being a child in the womb. So not even a fetus in the womb which a mother will bear. Not even he, let not even that one flee or escape. But at the same time, all of Ilium, may it perish. So this actually is, may all the people of Ilium perish. This actually is, it's a sonant n, nto, which gets written as an alpha. So it looks like a third person singular, it's actually third person plural, and it's an optative. So may all of them, all of Ilium at the same time perish, uncared for and without trace. So very strong words from Agamemnon, and we know that that's going to seal the fate of poor old Adrastos.